Hi everyone, welcome to the end of May, 1st of June Telco Village Golf Talk. I'm Lynn Willis, your host, and with me as always is our Director of Golf, Chris Sykes. Hi Chris.
Good to be with you, Lynn.
Are we feeling good about ourselves, about COVID, and are we ever going to get back to normal?
I think so. I think we're there. In golf in Telco Village, our aim is to be completely back to normal beginning in June. So we're really close now, and we've already started making some of those provisions and taking down some of the barriers and stickers and getting back to normal. So beginning in June, we hope to be back to complete normal.
Okay, so does that mean the COVID scare is we hope is somewhat over? Does that mean golf is going to slow down then? Because people have other things to do, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? That's the big unknown. Those are some big questions that we don't really have the answer to, but I feel like it's appropriate for us moving forward to remove some of those provisions. Not that there were many in place anymore anyway, so we'll be putting the rakes back in the bunkers and dropping the cup savers, and people will be able to take the flag stick in and out of the hole. So just the few little things that we hadn't adjusted back for different reasons, but we're ready to move forward, and COVID's never going to be eradicated off the face of the earth, but there's no reason why we can't function normally in golf.
Yeah. At last month, talking about the effect of golf at Telco Village, we reported that our March and April type golf rounds were unbelievably good. Is that continuing?
Unbelievable. So it's far exceeded expectations. I got some stats here, but as a whole, golf in 2020 was up, in Telco Village was up 25% over where we've been historically. We had historically averaged around 75,000 rounds a year, and last year we did 103,000.
Whoa.
So at this point in the year, in 2021, we're up an additional 35%.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I had one of my guys double check that math. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. This is crazy. So we are way ahead of schedule. And what's the future look like? There's going to be some sort of rebound. We expect some sort of rebound. It hasn't occurred. Is it ever going to occur? So we're having to adjust on the fly with how we conduct our day-to-day operations. So we're doing the best we can. Just to give you some stats, through the end of April, we're 9,909 rounds over budget and 6,972 ahead of 2020, which again was a record year. And talking about the beautiful weather here that we've experienced in May, we've had little to no rain in May. Didn't have much in April. We were super wet through the winter. So we've had incredible weather for golf. Hadn't really got hot yet. Last May we were navigating COVID. We were single rider carts, 10-minute interval starter times. We really had restricted the tee sheet. So when the May data comes out, it's going to be astronomical. So we're going to be even further ahead, maybe 40% ahead of last year, where we've been historically. So it's absolutely crazy.
You're setting yourself and your staff up so that guys like myself and people that are involved with playing golf here are going to expect that to continue.
Well,
maybe you should slow it down just a little.
Yeah, and there's no question. We're going to have to, at some point in time, we're going to have to really reassess the future of golf in Telco Village, and we'll do so when we have a little better feel for where we're going to land post-pandemic and as we move into the next budget season. So everything's on the table as far as, how best can we move Telco Village golf forward? What's that going to look like? Obviously, things have changed considerably. We were averaging, right around 70,000 rounds a year for a 5-year period prior to the pandemic, and now it's totally different. So, I definitely want to take advantage of this opportunity to thank my team, your team, the golf management team, the entire golf team, the golf community, because we've been averaging upwards of 250 rounds a day per course.
Yeah.
And the operations haven't been perfect, but pretty dang smooth, and the golf course conditions remain excellent. So considering as busy as we are, to be able to say that is quite the accomplishment. We've done all that in spite of being short-staffed. It's hard to fill staff in this time, in the world today. So that still remains our number one challenge, is just getting staffed up. So we're still down 4 to 5 folks. That's where we've been for some time. And golf carts are going to come up in a minute, and we're still relying on our antiquated golf carts that are failing. So when you roll all that up together, it's quite the accomplishment that we've been able to accommodate the busyness that it is Telco Village Golf today.
I hear no discord among the residents of Telco Village and our golf courses, and I think that we have our growth of residents and homes here in Telco Village is so good and so healthy that that the people that seem to be moving in, I think the last year or so, we've got them in the golf, and I think they'll continue to be in the golf situation. So that's what I think.
I'm starting to think the same.
Yeah.
For the longest time, folks in the golf industry feel like we're going to have some significant rebound. Okay, so what's it going to be? But now what you're seeing is these people that have taken up the game or have gotten reintroduced to the game are continuing to play because they've gotten reacquainted with the game, and it's the greatest game of all games. And so we're just going to try to continue to move Telco Village Golf forward the best way we can.
Yeah, I noticed one line here on your fact sheet. Revenue is up almost $230,000 through April, while expenses are down $63,000. That's $300,000 of good.
Yeah, and again, May is going to be off the charts. I'll go ahead and predict that. We've gotten busier and busier as we've gotten deeper into the season. As we have more and more daylight, the weather's better, the days are longer, so we can get more and more folks on the golf course. And again, there's days that we've eclipsed 250 rounds, and we're averaging, close to 250 rounds a day per course, which is just crazy.
And merchandise sale, I guess, goes along with that?
Everything. I mean, obviously with the volume that we're doing, revenue-wise, we're breaking records. And, merchandise sales year to date, we're about $32,000 over. And a big part of that was the All Vendor Demo Day, where we did $66,000 in club sales in one day. So, things are busy and things are good. We're just working really hard to accommodate the busyness.
Yeah. And you mentioned the weather earlier. I think the January, February, and whatever was pretty wet, and
very wet.
And so and now we're in a different time period. But the weather's going to be what it is, and you and your staff are reacting well to whatever the condition is, and the golf is still there. Let's talk about some recent golf events. Our league play. I have not seen the numbers of that. Have the sign-ups for the men's and women's leagues, what do they look like?
Participation's at an all-time high.
Okay.
So all our leagues, all our clinics, anything we do golf-wise is very well received, and sign-ups fill up within a matter of hours at times. So we're not busting at the seams, but maybe a little bit. So we're trying to figure out how to accommodate more and more folks. And again, when we can remedy our golf cart dynamic, that'll help us accommodate more folks. But extremely busy, healthy. I know some bigger events that we can point to we've had recently, and some of them here, some of them elsewhere. But the Telco Village team swept the pro official. So the Casey Flanagan took a group of us to play at Wind River, and the Telco official is what it's called. And he and Ricky Moore, one of our members, who's also on the GAC committee, Ricky, excellent player, obviously. They won the gross division, and Casey and myself won the net division. So I don't know if you can accuse me of sandbagging or not, but I just have learned from some of the best here in Telco Village. And Ron Coles, who is their GAC chairman, also went, and he finished second in both divisions. So we kind of swept the whole deal. We were proud of that accomplishment. I know Casey, had the opportunity to play in the Knoxville Open. A big group of us, Telco Villagers, went out and supported him in that. He played really well, just missed the cut, but we're very proud of him. We've had a number of events here. The beautification tournament was a huge success, sold out in I think 72 hours, raised $7,400 for the 3 beautification committees. We've had the Lions Club, NGA Spring Fling. Recently we had the Tennessee Golf Foundation Knoxville Pro-Am Series at Tanassi. Usually those are held on Mondays, but our slowest day is Sunday, so they were here Sunday morning, so we didn't displace people, but very well received. Telco Village and Telco Village Golf especially shows very, very well.
Wow, you schedule a lot of stuff.
Well, maybe a little too much, so we're
Yeah.
rethinking some of that, but
Yeah.
we're adjusting on the fly.
Good. And what do we have coming up?
Well, Red Tail Hawk, our biggest event of the year, is coming up June 16th through the 19th. It's back to the traditional two-course format. We'll be splitting the field between Kahidi and Tokwa, and then finishing up with the shootout at Tokwa. So that's exciting, and right on the tail end of that is the LGA 18 Diamonds in the Rough member guests. And shortly thereafter that, we've got our junior golf camp, which is one of the biggest and best things we do each year here in Telco Village.
That's a really fun, helpful, exciting times when the juniors are here.
The guys are great at it. Nobody's better.
Yeah. And again, if you need to know anything about what's going on, you can always go to the website, golftelcovillage.com, and find out all about the calendar for 2021, see what's coming up in September and November and so on and so forth, and plan your golf events, the ones that you would like to be involved with. Again, that's golftelcovillage.com. People like to know what we're spending our money on. I know that I live right next to number one at Kahidi, and I look out in the back window and I'm saying, what is going on my number one? So tell us about that's really not a capital improvement, but tell us about what plans are for
Well, we got a lot going on. Obviously, we touched on the golf carts, so just like everything in the world these days, the supply chain is backed up. The demand for golf is at an all-time high, so the demand for golf carts is an all-time high, and we place our order in a timely fashion. Initially, they thought we might have some carts by the middle of May. Well, here we are beyond the middle of May, and we still don't have any carts. So we're struggling there with our old carts that are failing, and we're juggling things around, and the staff is really committed to keep those things going. So we're hopeful the latest update that we would have the Kahidi fleet, which is replacing our oldest fleet, by member guest. And when we get that fleet on the ground, then we'll have the opportunity to make use of some of those existing Kahidi carts to support the fleets at Tokwa and Tanassi. So it's day to day right now. Our golf cart fleets are not set up to support our regular business, let alone our record business. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a game changer. We've talked about that at length. It's going to come with the technology, a lot of free items. So it's just going to be a game changer for the golf experience and the golf operation. We're going to have all this marshaling technology and stuff. So we're going to be able to have a huge impact on the overall golf experience. So we're looking forward to that. That'll be a game changer for sure. The other huge thing you referenced, living there on hole one, so you've watched the team work there for several weeks now. Yeah. So that's a huge hole, par 5, 6 bunkers that are being redone on that golf hole. So it's about to come to a conclusion. So by the end of this week, by the time that this airs, the first hole will be completed. And unbelievable transformation. Kahidi is a special place and a great golf course, and it's in the process of getting a lot better. So the sustainability of the bunkers and the golf course is going to improve immensely. The playability of the golf course and the bunkers is going to improve immensely, and in turn, just the overall golf experience. So we're super excited. As I expected, the end result's going to be even better than guess what I expected, but phenomenal, the end product, and it's just super exciting. Long overdue improvement.
Okay, are there any actually large mowing equipment or anything of that nature needed?
Yeah, we're on a replacement program. Some of that got backed up due to COVID last year, but we just got approval to purchase 2 new riding greens mowers for Tanassi and 2 new riding greens mowers for Kahidi. The old models were 2013 and had a lot of hours on them, so those needed to be replaced. So we're always recycling and replacing equipment, as close to when we're going to experience failure as possible. We're getting another new fan. So all the fans at Tokwa, which has the most fans, are in excess of 10 years old now. And the new fan we put at the putting green last year that has a variable frequency drive where we can control the RPMs and therefore the noise was a game changer for that particular environment there, being so close to the restaurant. So we're going to make use of that technology as we continue to replace fans in the field. So we got approval to get another one of those fans to put on the second green complex, which is the closest to surrounding homes. So we'll be able to take the 3 old fans and replace them with 1 new fan, so 3 to 1, and the new fan is going to be some 20 decibels more quiet than the old fans. So it's going to be more effective and make less noise. We're going to have 1 of them, so it's just an absolute huge improvement for our ability to maintain some of those challenging microclimates.
Yeah, we've talked about all the number of rounds being played, but every time that I go on a green at any of the courses, they're like really nice. I mean, so are the superintendents doing anything special or just working hard?
Working hard.
Okay.
Working hard, and Mother Nature's created some challenges. We were cold late. We had a really late frost, so our Bermuda grass areas were slow to get going. They're really starting to take off. Putting surfaces have been perfect the entire time. In a recent episode we talked about the drill and fill aeration. It's really starting to show its short-term and long-term benefit. Our greens are functioning better, but we've got the world's best team, and I couldn't be more proud of them. And again, in spite of record traffic, golf course conditions remain excellent.
In closing, I think a lot of us are unaware of how much we can use to contact and find out about golf information. So, Chris, could you go through that a little bit? There's more than even I knew.
Sure. No, just we've had multiple communication campaigns. I haven't used this as a vehicle per se to talk about the extent of those campaigns, but you mentioned it. For anything golf, go to the website golftelcovillage.com. And if you are not receiving our golf email blast, it's easy to get signed up. You can text TV Golf. Again, text TV Golf to 22828, TV Golf to 22828, and it works. So you text that, and you instantly get signed up for our email blast. We send stuff out on almost a daily basis. And for daily updates, again, another free vehicle, all this is free, we make use of Twitter. So we've got a number of different Twitter handles. So it's at Telco Golf for the overall golf Twitter handle. And then we've got Telco, which is at Telco Golf, Tanasi at Tanasi Golf, Kahidi at Kahidi Golf. So that's where we put all our daily updates with respect to the Kahidi Bunker project, what's going on there, the exciting thing there, and how we're having to navigate partial hole closures or on occasion a entire hole closure. Just the rules for the day, the whole location, the cart restrictions, which is, obviously that's good information for our demographic. Any weather delays when we're in those periods where we're going to have frost delays or so on and so forth. So I encourage you to make use of all those vehicles, plus Telco Village Broadcasting. We're very appreciative of this vehicle, but we're wanting to get the word out. We use a number of different vehicles for different communication pieces. So, we want everybody to feel like they're a part of what's going on in Telco Village Golf, because we got a lot to be excited about.
I agree.
And a lot to celebrate. And, thank you, Lynn, and Telco Village Broadcasting for everything you do for golf as we work, to get the word out and just keep people in tune with what's going on.
Yep. So, we're prepared for another outstanding golf season. Seems like every month that we meet, I have better results. Hopefully that will continue, and I'm sure with Chris's work and his staff, it will. So everyone go out there and go tee it up. You couldn't be in any other better place around for golfing than Telco Village.
No question about it. Thank you, Lynn.
Have a nice day.